Could you tell us more about the actual translation, how it happens of the Holy Scripture and right now we'll talk about Holy Scripture and the prayers. Later we'll talk about the liturgy. But how does technically that work? Because even us, we have American Standard Version translation, we have New King James Version or King James Version of the Bible, and we have so many more and up and coming. Could you tell us about specifics of the translation here?
Well, yeah. There are over 1,000 English translations. That's a lot. So there's word for word and thought for thought. Whenever I use thought for thought, such as NIV, it's easier to read and understand. If I want to study deeper, I will use word for word, such as KJV, because that is only KJV. This is the closest and best translation. I remember it was in 2008 or 2007 or so. I studied word for word, and when I saw old terms, I checked NIV to understand. It's a good thing I know the Armenian language, so when I looked into the Armenian version, I found it fantastic to see that the terms are different from English. It fascinates me what Armenian means and what English means. It's so interesting to me. I would rather trust the Armenian version because it is an older translation than English. So when I study, I envision what is behind it. Remember that sign language is thought for thought rather than word for word. So when I want to translate it into sign language, how do I do this? For example, let's say, make right to that way, and so on. Deaf people may not get it, but in sign language, you just point your finger and they will understand, no question. This is what I'm trying to figure out, how to translate it into a vision so they can say, wow, this is crystal clear, rather than explaining word for word. So thought for thought, clearer than word for word. Yes, this is how they mature, by understanding it.